one of the questions I want to ask about, again, the wealthy that made it themselves. There's a lot of kind of talk about having 7 streams of income and get a side hustle and do all of these other things. But the wealthy people that I know, they were not. They had one thing. They
Yeah.
were focused on one thing where they made 99% of their money.
Yeah.
And now
And you
maybe they're
can't,
diversified, but not in the beginning.
yes, that exactly. They're focused on one thing. And
Yes,
again,
one thing.
it's focus, right? And you can't get them off that one thing that they're focused on, right? They're not like and I'll have to say a lot of these people also they're not entrepreneurs. Like the people who become really wealthy. I mean, the people I know who are like really, really wealthy were on Wall Street. Man, maybe that's just
Okay.
because I'm here in New York,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah,
that's maybe
probably
skewed. But
skewed. Yeah.
yeah, but they're not like jumping around to the next opportunity. Now, I do know that when a lot of people, or some of them anyway, when they hit
Yep.
some certain level of wealth and they have a lot of extra wealth, then they may start looking around for like, hey, I'll do some venture
Yeah.
capital and some angel investing. I'll do that kind of
Yes.
stuff. But still, this is like some minor little piece of their time that they're just doing on the side. And they're not letting it distract them from the main
Mhm.
focus.
Yeah.
Like they know which side of the bread the butter is on, right? Like they're not constantly jumping after like the next opportunity or like the hot thing
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Like
It's
they're
it's it's
yeah,
it's very similar to me, right? You're in New York, so probably skewed Wall Street. I'm in
yeah,
Silicon Valley, obviously skewed tech. I know several people that are worth high 8 figures and a couple 9 figure folks, and they all had liquidity events,
yeah,
whether those were IPOs or acquisitions or sometimes both. Um, they were very skewed. They were not a balanced individual,
yeah,
right? They were 90 hours, 100 hours a week, one thing. It was go. And I know some people that did that and they busted out, right? It didn't work out.
sure.
But sometimes, you go that way. And now many of them, they are kind of like they're, I guess, angel investing, early investors is
Mhm.
what they find their time now. Um, I haven't seen, I just want to make sure this is true. Like once they hit their liquidity event, let's say it's 50 million and above, none of them have gone back for round two, right? Some
Mhm.
folks, we hear about like, oh, they're always entrepreneurs. No, these individuals all got their home run, and
Yeah.
now they're just, you know,
Yeah.
different speed.
The folks that I know, well, for the most part, I know a couple of entrepreneurs who like had their big liquidity event and then went and uh, looked for the next thing to do because I think that they wanted something to do. But I also know people who, and they're not doing like the Jim Altucher thing where they went and they blew it all on thinking they were a VC, right? I mean,
Right.
they've 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 taken care of themselves and their family,
Yeah,
and they're
it's a
taking like some
couple of percentage points. Yeah,
right. They're taking some small amount of the money they made to invest in some new venture because they want to build something or they want, but they don't need to, they don't have the same hunger. Like you can tell they don't have
yeah.
now.
The hunger is gone. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Mike
Now,
Tyson, right? Yeah, it's like when the
yeah.
hunger's gone, it's just you're a different
Yeah.
animal.
Now they're just they want to do something good or something interesting, but they're not
Yeah,
like, they don't need to make the 100 million because they've already got the 100 million. Right.
yeah,
But
exactly.
I also know people who had the big liquidity event and, they've just spent the rest of their time managing their own money
Yeah,
and serving on boards. And
family
they're like,
offices and all of
yeah, and
that.
they're
Yeah,
very involved in like their children's schools, but they're like, but not like the PTA. It's more like, the board of
yeah,
directors of the children's
yeah.
school kind of thing. But that's the way that I see them spending their time. Very rarely are they just jumping right back in
Yeah. So
to,
focus, unbalanced. They get to, yeah. So I think we see very similar things. That's interesting.